So, very good morning to all of you. My name is Milind Suresh Pawar. I am Assistant Professor of Geography and I have qualified NET/SET examination. On this basis, I am working as Assistant Professor in KK Wagh Education Societies, KK Wagh Arts, Commerce, Science and Computer Science College, Kakasaheb Nagar, Taluka Nifad, District Nashik. So, the syllabus designed by Pune University for first year BSc, in which we have taken in paper first geomorphology. So, today we are going to see. So, in today's lecture or in video, we are going to discuss about the minerals and rocks. What is the difference between minerals and rocks? There is a very good thought that be a diamond which is rare, don't be a stone which is everywhere. It means rocks and stones we can able to see all over the globe. It means the continental part or on the ocean floors we can easily found rocks. But minerals are not found here and there. No doubt that rocks are made up of one or more minerals. It means they are the mixture of one or more minerals. But then also minerals are not found as easily as much rocks can. So let's begin our journey with this today's video. What is mean by mineral? Let's see or go through it, that what is mean by minerals. Let's see the definition and some description about minerals. A mineral is a solid, inorganic, naturally formed substance. Okay, you have to break this definition. You must have to keep in mind that they are solid in nature, they are inorganic, means they are not living unit. So they are naturally formed. It means we are not able to, or human being is not able to made them, or we cannot able to make them. So naturally formed substance that has a crystalline structure. Everybody know the sugar. Okay, sugar is in a crystalline. Okay, it is example of crystalline structure and specific chemical composition. It means every mineral has a definite chemical composition. So this is the definition of mineral. Minerals are solid and formed naturally in the earth. They form naturally, means we are not able to make them. So in the earth, minerals are solid and formed naturally in the earth. Natural solids can be familiar things like sand, granite, salt and wood. Our definition says that minerals are inorganic, which means that they do not consist of tissues from living things. So that means that wood is not a mineral. Is it right? Yes, it is right that wood is not a mineral. So minerals have a crystalline structure, so that wood doesn't have a crystalline structure. That means that the component atoms of the substance have a repeating three-dimensional arrangement. Okay, there is a 3D arrangement or three-dimensional arrangement. The component atoms of the minerals. I hope you have got it. So rocks. Next, okay, what is meant by rocks? I have earlier explained or discussed that a rock is nothing but it is a mixture of one or more minerals. But let's go through a definition. A rock is a solid, inorganic, naturally formed substance without a particular atomic structure or chemical composition. Okay. Before that, we have seen mineral before the rocks, in that definition there is a atomic structure. Okay, minerals have an atomic structure and a definite chemical composition, but here is not that. Here here the thing is different than that of minerals. Here atomic structure is not a particular and a chemical composition also not a particular. So it's probably easier to just remember that rocks are made up of two or more minerals. Examples of rocks include granite, limestone, marble, pumice, obsidian, sandstone, shale and slate. Okay, they are different type of rocks. We are going to see those also, but for this instance only this much is okay. So each of these rocks consists of several different minerals which are mixed up inside the rock through a variety of geologic processes. Okay, there are several geologic processes which are acted or acting on the rocks, and hence they get altered. Okay. So we will see in their types. So I hope you will also got it, rocks and what is the difference between rocks and minerals. Okay, we will going to see it is also. So here we are. Here there is a difference between minerals and rocks. Okay, one by one we can able to see this. Sorry, while making this I have misplaced these things. So you must have to consider that minerals is the in the second row and the rocks are in the third row. Okay, here there are the particulars, means chemical composition. In first column these are the titles, and in second column there is minerals, but I have their titles I am not able to fix them. So keep it in mind that the second row having minerals and the third row having the rocks, third column. Okay, so chemical composition, minerals. Okay, first is minerals has a definite chemical composition. Minerals has a definite chemical composition. Minerals are inorganic compounds. Okay, while rocks does not have a definite chemical composition. Okay, they don't have definite chemical composition, as earlier we have discussed it. So examples of minerals are zinc, potassium, iron, sodium and fluoride. Okay, these are the examples of minerals. While let's see into the rocks column, limestone, basalt, coal and claystone. These are the examples of rocks. So study, minerals are studied in mineralogy and rocks are studied into petrology. Okay, it is the discipline or it is the science in which rocks studied. All the things which are related with rocks, they are studied in petrology, while all the aspects of minerals are studied in mineralogy. So function in biology, minerals help in bone and tooth formation, blood coagulation and muscle contraction, while rocks shelter and foundation. Okay, let's see the color. Color is usually the same in minerals, while in rocks color is not the same. In minerals, nutritional requirement for the human body. Only some minerals are required by the human body for nutrition, while rocks have a very little to none required by the human body for nutrition. So in a shape, usually have a shape. Okay, minerals have usually a shape, while in rocks they don't have, or they no definite shape. They don't have a definite shape. While in a fossils, in minerals there is no fossils, while in a rocks some have fossils. Like sedimentary rocks, they have fossils. Okay, fossils of plants or the dead buried are found in the rocks. Okay, so this much is enough for this instance. So let's think about rock. In geology, naturally occurring and coherent aggregate of one or more minerals. Such aggregates constitute the basic unit of which the solid earth is composed and typically form recognizable and mappable volumes. Rocks are commonly divided into three major classes according to the processes that resulted in their formation. These classes are First one is igneous rocks, which have solidified from molten material called as magma, while second one is the sedimentary rocks, those consisting of fragments derived from pre-existing rocks of or of material precipitated from solutions. While third one is metamorphic rocks. It is the third type of rocks which have been derived from either igneous or sedimentary rocks and under conditions that cause changes in mineralogical composition, texture and internal structure. These three classes in turn are subdivided into numerous groups and types on the basis of various factors, the most important of which are chemical, mineralogical and textural attributes. So, from this discussion we have seen that there are three types of rocks. First one is igneous rock, second one is sedimentary rock and third one is metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock is altered rock, and while sedimentary rocks are the result of deposition, okay, deposition of sediments, while the igneous rocks, they are the parents rock because they are the very primary one which were formed or which are forming earth surface. Okay. So, let us see their types. First one is igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are those that solidify from magma, a molten mixture of rock forming minerals and usually volatiles such as gases and steam. Since their constituent minerals are crystallized from molten material, igneous rocks are formed at high temperatures. Okay, igneous rocks are formed at high temperature and they are a result of the upwelling magma when it comes out and spread over the earth's surface. It may be then ocean floor or it may be then on continents, and it when it cools, it gets solidifies and converted into igneous rock. Okay, so they originate from processes deep within the earth, typically at depths of about 50 to 200 kilometers, that is 30 to 120 miles. Sorry. In the mid to lower crust or in the upper mantle. It means the source region of magma is upper mantle. Igneous rocks are subdivided into two categories: intrusive, emplaced in the crust, okay, and extrusive. Extrusive means the magma, when the magma comes out from deep within the earth or from the source region, mantle region, and it get solidify over the earth surface, then they are called as extrusive. While intrusive, it means the magma doesn't erupt and come out onto the surface of the earth. It remains below the earth surface, but it gets cooled and solidified there. So, extruded onto the surface of the land or ocean bottom, in which case the cooling molten material is called lava. Okay, so in this way we have finished igneous rock. Next one we are going to see sedimentary rocks. Second one is sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are those that are deposited and lithified. It means they are get compacted and cemented together. Okay, as we have seen, they are the result of sedimentation or deposition of sediments which are carried out by rivers, and hence they are deposited, and because of their layer by layer deposited, and because of excessive pressure of upper layers, the lowermost layer get solidified and cemented or compacted, and it get converted into sedimentary rocks. At the earth's surface, with the assistance of running water, wind, ice or living organisms, most are deposited from the land surface to the bottoms of lakes, rivers and oceans. Sedimentary rocks are generally stratified. Okay, there are stratas present because of according to the time as they get deposited there, and so there is a strata formation, that is they have layering. Layers may be distinguished by differences in color, particle size, type of cement or internal arrangement. So, if you travel here and there while traveling with cars or vehicles, we can easily able to see such kind of sedimentary rocks. When there is a cutting of any landform to construct a road, there are some remnants which shows us how the layers are formed and how the lowermost layer get stratified and it get converted into sedimentary rock. So this is more than enough for sedimentary rocks. Rock type is metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are those formed by changes in pre-existing rocks under the influence of high temperature, pressure and chemically active solutions. The changes can be chemical, it means compositional, and physical, it may be textural. Okay, their textures get altered. In character, metamorphic rocks are often formed by processes deep within the earth that produce new minerals, textures and crystal structures. You can easily come to know up to this discussion that here is in the first two rock types there is no alteration. Okay, there is no alteration, but here there is a partial alteration or total alteration. Okay, because this type of rocks or this kind of rocks get formed due to alteration. Okay, due to alteration. So the recrystallization that takes place does so essentially in the solid state rather than by complete remelting, and can be aided by ductile deformation and the presence of interstitial fluids such as water. Metamorphism often produces apparent layering of or banding because of the segregation of minerals into separate bands. Metamorphic processes can also occur at the Earth's surface due to meteorite impact events and pyrometamorphism taking place near burning coal seems ignited by lightning strikes. Okay, you can see these metamorphic rocks formation. Why? Because of the impact of meteorites. If meteorite impact is occur on the Earth's surface, then because of that impact there is a generation of much more heat, or because of their hard impact there is a change in the preformed rock. Its chemical and textural form is get altered into a different form, and hence it can also be occurred, or we can able to see in such a places where there is impact of meteorites, and also if the lightning strikes at the time of thunderstorms, when the lightning hits to the surface of the earth, and if there were presence of any kind of rock, then it easily get altered due because of the heat. Okay, because of the heat which is due to the lightning process, and this way we have finalized or finished metamorphic rock, that you have understood all these things. And for this video this much is enough. So thank you. Please share, subscribe and like my channel. Once again, thank you for watching.